this morning. Samuel, let's touch on your ambitions of becoming FA president in Cameroon. When did this dream start?
Ce rêve a pris plutôt forme parce qu'il y avait pas mal d'opportunités qui se présentaient à moi, mais j'étais fatigué de voir que ce football-là, malgré les efforts de ceux-là qui aiment le football, on n'arrivait pas à le faire décoller. Alors je me suis dit que j'allais me mettre au service de tout cela pour pouvoir encadrer les choses et que ce football-là décolle une fois pour toutes.
Well, I rather say the dream took shape because at the time I had a couple of opportunities, but I was actually tired of the way things were going in the country. People who have the love for the beautiful game, and the situation was not seeing the progress it required. Yeah. So I took it upon myself to take matters in my hand, and then that's why I took up that mantle in order to change things.
Right. Now, Samuel, what things are you looking to change in Cameroonian football? What do you think has to change?
Oh, pas seulement dans le football camerounais, mais dans nos différents championnats un peu partout en Afrique. Il y a déjà la gestion. La gestion, c'est une gestion, je dirais, publique. Je dirais même pas, elle est publique. Il faut qu'elle soit beaucoup plus fluide. L'organisation, l'anticipation, il y a beaucoup à faire. Le développement du football jeune, permettre au football amateur, qui est beaucoup plus nombreux, de pouvoir jouer et de s'épanouir. Le beach soccer aussi. Il y a plusieurs chantiers que nous devons faire. Et surtout, à la fin de tout ça, pouvoir vendre ce football-là pour qu'il soit compétitif au niveau du football européen.
So, of course, for the football game, there's a lot to do, not just in football, but also with management. It starts with management, and when you talk about management, it's public management. It needs to be a bit more smooth. We also need to develop the young talent. We need to develop amateur football, beach soccer. There's a lot to do so that the football we have in Africa could be sold at the international level.
Right. You were compared a lot with Roger Milla when you were starting out. Did that put extra pressure on you, you know, as a footballer for Cameroon and knowing what Roger Milla had done for the country?
C'était un honneur pour moi et surtout un rêve de toujours penser que je voulais ressembler à la légende interplanétaire Roger Milla. Les gens ont toujours voulu nous comparer, mais l'histoire que Roger Milla a écrite, elle est unique. Elle nous a permis à tous de rêver, de jouer au football et surtout de devenir grand à travers notre passion.
It was actually an honor and also a dream to look up to a world legend like Roger Milla, and the success that he's chalked is unique, and is something that encourages most of us to follow in his footsteps and become like him. And
et c'était un honneur d'être comme lui pour l'histoire qu'il a écrite et surtout il nous a permis de rêver.
And it was an honor to be part of the story that he was able to write as a footballer, and he gave us that dream.
Right. And Samuel, Milla scored 5 times at the World Cup. You scored 3 times. Was that a target you were looking at beating? And did that disappoint you a bit that you couldn't beat Milla's record?
Ah non. Moi, ce que je voulais toujours à chaque fois que je partais en Coupe du Monde, c'était d'aider mon pays et mes coéquipiers à aller le plus loin possible dans la compétition. Vous savez, j'ai eu beaucoup de records personnels, mais je n'allais jamais les chercher. J'allais toujours essayer d'apporter ma contribution à l'équipe pour qu'on puisse gagner des matchs. Je suis heureux que Roger ait ce record, mais ce n'est pas quelque chose que j'ai voulu, pendant ma carrière, aller chercher.
Well, this was actually not my target, my dream was just to play for my country and help my country to go as far as possible in the game. Of course, I've had some personal record, but it was not my sole intention. It came during my career. And all I wanted to do was to contribute to the team. And I'm happy that Roger Milla actually set that record, but it was never my target to break it.
Right, most certainly. I mean, Felix, I think you are doing excellent with the translation. I mean, many of us are quite lost in there. But Samuel, you won 2 AFCONs with Cameroon. You went on to win an Olympic gold with Cameroon. Do you feel fulfilled with everything you achieved for your country?
Est-ce que, avec tout ce que vous avez gagné comme trophée, médaille, est-ce que vous vous sentez accompli?
Non, on n'est jamais accompli. Je vous prends un exemple de ma carrière. C'est que c'est à la fin de ma carrière que j'ai regardé tous les trophées que j'ai gagnés.
Well, one is never fulfilled. Let me give you a typical example. You'll be surprised that it's at the end of my football career that I had the opportunity to really look at the trophies that I've gathered.
Right. Now, Samuel, I mean, as a footballer, there will be so many moments. The happy times, the sad times. What was your most heartbreaking moment playing for Cameroon?
C'est le jour où ma maman est venue dans un stade en Europe pour la première fois. C'était Brésil-Cameroun.
So that moment you're talking about is actually the day where my mother was present in the stadium. It was a match that saw Brazil going against Cameroon.
Right. And how was that game for you, the Brazil-Cameroon game?
I scored an amazing goal. It was incredible. Right.
Right. So, Samuel, Ghana plays Brazil in September, which is a game that's coming up right before the World Cup. Now, playing in a game against Brazil and knowing the kind of pedigree Brazil are at, what do you think that game will be like?
C'est normal parce que le Brésil jouera contre le Cameroun pendant la Coupe du Monde. Ça nous permettra aussi d'observer cette belle équipe du Brésil. Et c'est un beau match de préparation pour le Ghana.
Well, of course, Brazil will be up against Cameroon in the World Cup, and this will be a phase where Ghana will have to observe Brazil, and it's more like a preparation phase for them, right, in anticipation to what they will face later.
All right, most definitely. Thank you so much, Felix. Thank you to Samuel Eto'o as well for gracing our studios this morning. But this is still Warm Up Plus right here on TV3. We're taking a break. When we come back, though, we are talking more about Qatar, the infrastructure, how much the country has invested into this World Cup, where you will sleep when you go to Qatar, the hotels, everything right here on Warm Up Plus. Don't go away. So we're back. This is the Warm Up Plus right here on TV3. Samuel Eto'o is still in the studio. And as I said before we went on the break, we're talking the World Cup and everything about it. It's Qatar 2022. You're excited. I am excited. And let's say, I'm sure Samuel is also excited. Now, many of you are sending me messages that I need to learn French. Samuel has already told me that I need to learn French. So please keep that on hold. Samuel, we're back. What do you make of the infrastructure in Qatar? So many magnificent stadiums have gone up in the last 2-3 years in the country. What do you make of them?
Je suis tellement fier de voir ce que le Qatar a fait toutes ces années au niveau des infrastructures, et parfois même je me sens jaloux.
Well, I'm very proud to see what Qatar has achieved over the years in terms of infrastructure, and sometimes I'm a bit jealous.
Je veux redevenir footballeur.
I feel like becoming footballer
pour jouer, pour profiter de ces installations. C'est vrai.
And enjoy this beautiful infrastructure.
Vous savez, quand vous arrivez, vous voyez, pour nous footballeurs, vous voyez ces beaux stades, vous avez juste une envie, c'est de jouer au football.
Footballers as we are, you know, once you see this magnificent stadium, the only thing that comes to mind is that you want to go back and play.
Yeah. You want to join the Cameroon team?
It's not possible for me now. I am president now. It's a little bit difficult.
Right.
This one is for my young brother Asamoah.
Asamoah, it's for Asamoah. Eh? Yeah. I mean, he's starting to get in shape. So hopefully, you know, he takes us to the World Cup.
I hope he will be there.
Now, I mean, after you heard his announcement of, you know, getting ready to join the Ghana team to the World Cup, how do you feel about it?
C'est toujours bien de voir tous ces enfants d'Afrique qui ont écrit une belle histoire, qui ont aidé leur pays. à être disponible pour aider.
Well, it's always good to see these young African sons of the land who have achieved great success, wanting to come back and help their country.
Right.
Maintenant, il y a un sélectionneur qui va devoir prendre la décision s'il doit la mener ou pas.
Of course, the final decision is that of the coach.
Yeah. But would you advise Asamoah to join the team to go to the World Cup?
Je ne peux pas prendre cette décision parce que je ne suis pas sélectionneur de cette équipe. Mais évidemment que je suis heureux pour lui de voir qu'il a cette envie.
Well, that decision is not mine to take.
Yeah.
It's up to the coach. But I'm happy that he has such a desire to go back onto the field.
Yeah. Now, Samuel, I mean, from an African perspective, what do you think awaits African teams and Africans at Qatar, in Qatar when the World Cup begins in November?
Alors, selon vous, si on prend une perspective mondiale, qu'est-ce que vous pensez? Qu'est-ce qui attend les Africains aussi que les équipes africaines?
Et que les supporters.
Ah oui.
Écoutez, ce qui nous attend tous là-bas, c'est la plus belle des Coupes du Monde. Ce sont des infrastructures de dernière génération. Ce sont des hôtels magnifiques, au prix abordable pour tout le monde. Et j'espère vraiment que notre continent, nos supporters voyageront massivement pour supporter notre continent.
Well, what is awaiting us is the most beautiful World Cup ever. Of course, there are beautiful hotels that are affordable for everyone. And also, I believe that our fans will travel in their numbers to support the African nation.
Now, as a footballer, how do you feel when you're playing, specifically at the World Cup, and then your fans are singing in the stands and chanting your name?
Je pense que c'est l'une des plus belles choses pour un footballeur.
It's one of the most beautiful moments for a footballer.
Right, most definitely. Now, still on the African teams though, because I mean, we need to get everything out of them. Now, we've spoken about Ghana, Cameroon, Morocco, and also Tunisia. We haven't spoken too much about Senegal. What do you make of that Senegal team after winning the Africa Cup of Nations?
Je pense que le Sénégal sera la tête de liste de tous ces pays africains parce qu'ils sont champions d'Afrique et parce qu'aujourd'hui, ils ont le meilleur joueur au monde dans leur rang. C'est qui les donne cette place-là. Et c'est un pays que j'aime énormément. Et c'est une équipe que j'adore parce que je connais pratiquement toute l'équipe et surtout le sélectionneur qui fait un très très bon boulot et le président de la fédération qui est un grand frère dont je suis fier.
Well, Senegal will be one of the leading teams in the World Cup because they are recently the African champions and they have one of the best players on their team and in the world. And also, I love the country, I love the team, and I know almost everybody on the team. I also know the president of their federation, who is a big brother to me. So I think they will do great.
Great. Now, Senegal's coach is Aliou Cisse, Cameroon's coach, Rigobert Song, our coach in Ghana is Eto'o, who are all former players. What do you make of former players becoming coaches and guiding their national teams to big tournaments like this?
Je suis heureux parce que l'Afrique donne des opportunités à leurs enfants.
I'm happy because Africa is actually giving opportunity to its citizens to...
Its sons,
if you want, its sons to do the work.
Right, right. Now, I mean, when you talk about having, Africa giving opportunities to its sons to, do the coaching job and kind of like getting their teams to the World Cup and the highest level, I mean, for someone like Eto'o, our coach, he came in trying to change a culture. The general culture about teams on the African continent should change, don't you think?
Alors, quand on parle de ces fils du pays qui deviennent les sélectionneurs et qui veulent changer la chose, qu'est-ce que vous pensez? Si on prend la perspective en Afrique, est-ce que ce paysage doit vraiment changer en matière d'entraîneur?
Pourquoi il ne changera pas? C'est la question.
Why won't it change? That's actually the question to ask.
Pourquoi il ne changera pas? Il a les capacités de de faire changer les choses, il faut qu'on l'accompagne.
So they have the potential to
Sorry.
bring about changes. So we just need to support them.
Most definitely. Now, Samuel, what do you make of also players who switch nationalities, you know, to come back here and play for their countries on the African continent? For Ghana, there's been 6 players who have already switched their nationalities to play for us. I'm sure in Cameroon there are players who are also doing the same thing, also in Senegal and many other African countries. What is your general idea of this?
Mais moi, je suis très heureux qu'ils acceptent de jouer avec nous, parce que quand vous regardez d'autres nations, elles gagnent beaucoup de trophées avec des joueurs africains. Donc nous sommes toujours très heureux quand un joueur qui a la possibilité de jouer avec d'autres nations décide de jouer pour nous.
Well, I'm very happy because when you look at other nations, mostly they have a lot of Africans on their team who help them win trophies. So it's good that they decide to play for their countries. It's an opportunity for us to do great things.
Most definitely. Now, with regards to that, there's also an issue of the African Cup of Nations and why African players always leave their clubs to come and play for their national teams during January and February. Do you kind of understand the frustration of the European teams who have to deal with their players leaving to come and play on the African continent, especially with Napoli's president, Aurelio De Laurentiis, saying he's not going to buy any African players if they would still be coming to Africa to play in the AFCON?
Yeah, but there's something it will happen in November, December in Qatar. It's football. You need to respect that.
You need to respect that. Yeah, but what do you make of that? What do you make of the African players who, you know, it's frustrating really for them and also for their teams, don't you think?
Je ne dirais pas que c'est frustrant. Je dirais que c'est une opinion d'un président, mais mon opinion en tant que président, c'est que si mon sélectionneur estime qu'un joueur d'une équipe professionnelle doit rejoindre l'équipe nationale, ben administrativement, mes équipes feront le boulot et puis le joueur sera tenu de se présenter.
Well, I will not say this is frustrating because this is somebody's opinion. Right. But in my opinion, as a federation president, if my coach thinks that he needs a player on his team, we will do everything possible to bring him, and the player will have no choice but to join us.
Most definitely. Now, Samuel, your job as Qatar FIFA 2022 World Cup Legacy Ambassador will be to generally go around African countries and rally support for their national teams. And you're doing that pretty well. When November comes, what would be your duties also during the World Cup?
Alors, votre rôle en tant qu'ambassadeur de la Coupe du Monde, c'est de faire le tour des pays, de rassembler tout le monde, de les préparer vers ce grand événement. Alors, le jour de l'événement, quel serait votre rôle?
Je serai toujours ambassadeur, seulement je serai en plus d'ambassadeur président de la Fédération du Cameroun.
Well, I'll still be a legacy ambassador, but just to add to that, I'll be the president of my federation in Cameroon.
Most definitely. Let's touch also a bit more on my country, on Ghana, and
our country.
Our country, most definitely our country. Yes, and we didn't do too well at the African Cup of Nations in Cameroon. Ghana were kicked out in the group stages, and for the World Cup qualifiers, we faced Nigeria, and then we showed a bit of grit to qualify to the World Cup. When you compare what we did at AFCON to the qualifiers against Nigeria, what do you make of the Ghana team?
Le football n'est pas une science exacte.
Well, football is not, let me say, an exact science.
Pour une ou plusieurs raisons, vous pouvez passer à côté d'une compétition.
For one or another reason, you can miss the cup.
Le problème, c'est d'identifier le ou les problèmes.
So the main thing is to identify the problem or the problems.
Et les solutionner.
And of course, find solutions.
Et je suis heureux parce que le Ghana s'est qualifié pour la Coupe du Monde.
And I'm very happy because Ghana was able to qualify for the World Cup.
Parce qu'ils ont identifié le ou les problèmes
because they were able to identify that problem or the problems that
Et ils
were-
ont trouvé les solutions qui s'adaptaient pour le moment.
and eventually they found the appropriate solutions for now.
Most definitely. How are the preparations going for Cameroon ahead of the World Cup?
Bien, bien. On s'organise pour que l'équipe soit dans les meilleures conditions.
Preparations are ongoing well, and we are doing our best to give the team the best condition possible.
Now, Cameroon is a country that has put African football on the map. I mean, everyone talks about Cameroon, and we go all the way back to 1990 when they did incredibly well, qualifying to the quarterfinals, beating teams like Argentina and reaching there. This time around, you're in a group with Brazil. What are we to expect?
Alors, le Cameroun a toujours eu un très bon parcours. En 1990, ils ont fait un bon parcours contre le Brésil. Et cette fois-ci, qu'est-ce qu'on peut espérer du Cameroun?
Ben, notre souhait, c'est comme ce que je souhaite pour tous les pays africains, c'est de gagner cette Coupe du Monde.
Well, it's the same hope that I have for the other African countries, that of lifting the trophy.
Can an African team lift this trophy?
Why not?
You think so?
Je pense que c'est très possible.
I think it's very possible.
Le Ghana est passé à côté d'une demi-finale pour peu.
Well, Ghana missed it by a shot.
How do you feel about Ghana missing it at the 2010 World Cup?
On était tous frustrés,
I think we're all frustrated.
mais c'est une histoire qui est derrière notre continent.
But well, this is already in the past.
So the country that halted Ghana's chances of going there was Uruguay. We have been paired in the same group with Uruguay as well. As a former player going into a game like that, knowing what has happened in the past, how do you approach a game like that?
C'est pourquoi nous sommes joueurs.
I think that's what makes us players.
Je sais que les garçons auront une revanche à prendre.
Well, I believe the boys would like to have a revenge,
Et j'espère qu'ils la tiendront.
and I hope they achieve it.
But normally when you are going into games with revenge in your hearts, isn't that too much on a player knowing
Not.
that it's not?
Not is motivation.
This is still Warm-Up Plus right here on TV3, and we still have Samuel Eto'o in the studio. We've been talking the World Cup, and it's coming up in November in Qatar. We're talking Ghana's chances, Cameroon's chances, and the chances of the African teams that are there. He's already spoken about Ghana and going into the game against Uruguay at the World Cup, what we should expect. And he says that the general motivation will be to go in there and seek revenge against the Uruguayans. Hopefully, it goes well for us and then for the whole of the African continent right here. And we're just looking that things will get better for African football generally. But let's move on now to some more things right here on the show. Samuel, let's go a bit back to your playing career and playing for different clubs, for Barcelona, for Mallorca, for Madrid, for Chelsea, for Everton, for Anji Makachkala. I mean, I could count so many. And you won everywhere. Everywhere you played, you won.
I try.
You tried to win, but you did win. What does that mean for you that you were one of the players who made an impact in every team you played at?
C'est un honneur pour moi. Et comme je le disais tantôt, je ne m'étais jamais arrêté pour regarder ça. C'est à la fin de ma carrière que je me suis rendu compte que j'avais eu beaucoup d'impact dans tous les clubs où je suis passé.
Well, it's an honor. It's an honor given me. But as I said earlier on, at no point in time did I really stop to take track of my success. It was only at the end of my career that I really had to look on it and see what I've achieved.
Yeah. Now, for all that you achieved, which one meant the most for you?
Oh, Mallorca.
Why
Un
Mallorca?
statement.
Pourquoi Mallorca?
Parce que j'ai commencé à Majorque, parce que à Majorque, on m'a donné une opportunité de devenir un homme. Et parce que à Majorque, j'ai gagné l'un de mes premiers trophées où tout le monde pensait que c'était impossible.
Well, Mallorca, because that was my beginning. That is where I was given a chance to start my career as a man, and also where I won my first trophy when everybody thought it was impossible.
Now, Samuel, what do you make of young players also who start off at very big teams? I mean, you started off, like you said, you played for some big teams, but you started off at Mallorca where you won your first trophy, and that meant so much for you. What would you say to a young player who's going to Europe and maybe starting off at a club like Milan or Barcelona or Madrid?
C'est leur chance.
Well, it's an opportunity for them.
Je ne peux pas reprocher ça à un jeune joueur.
Well, I will not hold it against them.
Je dis juste, si ils ont commencé par le Milan, ou le Real Madrid, ou le Barça, c'est une responsabilité.
Well, I would just say that when they start with big teams like Real Madrid, Inter Milan or Barça, they should know that it's a big responsibility on their shoulders.
C'est entré parfois, parce que moi aussi j'ai commencé au Real Madrid.
Because I also begin.
Et parfois il y a beaucoup plus de pression.
And there's a lot more pressure there.
Donc, il faut juste qu'ils restent concentrés.
So they just need to remain focused.
Et se dire que c'est parce qu'ils ont mérité qu'ils sont là.
And know that it's because they deserved it. That's why they find themselves where they are.
Thank you so much, Samuel. Let's take a break now. When we come back, though, we are talking fun experience here, the fun experience at Qatar and in the World Cup. We're talking all that here, right here on TV3 and also on Warm Up Plus. What kind of fun are you to expect when you get to Qatar? I know quite a number of people who have gotten their tickets, they've gotten their hotel reservations booked. Someone will tell us what kind of experience you would have when you get to Qatar. Stay with us on TV3, we'll be back. Right, so this is still Warm Up Plus right here on TV3. My name is Yao Ofosulabi. We are still talking the World Cup in Qatar. Samuel Eto'o is still here, and many of your comments are pouring in on Facebook. I'll get into your comments, particularly the Kotoko fans. You're sending messages about Eto'o and Bella. I would ask your questions for you, but this is just about the fun experience that you should expect when you head to Qatar. It says all Qataris and residents and visitors attending the FIFA World Cup matches will need to obtain a hire card. Now, the hire card is a pre-approved entry permit to the country, ensuring that fans have a smooth journey to the FIFA World Cup. All fans will need their hire card to enter Qatar's 8 spectacular stadiums to watch the matches. The hire card and Hire to Qatar 2022 app will now offer ticket holders free access to public transport and the entire duration of the tournament, and rather than just on match days. So, I mean, you should download the Hire app and try to get the Hire card, which would help you get the best experience when you get to Qatar. And so, you should get into that as well. So if you're one of the Ghana fans who has already ensured going into Qatar, you've gotten your reservations done and everything, please try to download the Hire app and then the Hire card. Now, Samuel, what do you make of the fan experience? Aside from the stadiums, what is in store for fans when they get to Qatar?
Alors, selon vous, à part les stades, quelles sont les autres expériences auxquelles les fans doivent s'attendre quand ils seront au Qatar?
La chance que nous avons au Qatar, c'est que nous avons un beau désert, nous avons la plage. Pour ceux qui voudront découvrir quelques belles plages de Doha.
Well, one beautiful opportunity is that there's a desert in Doha, and also they have beautiful beaches. So, for those who like to discover the beaches, it will be an experience.
Il y a un endroit que j'aime particulièrement à Doha, c'est Banana Island.
Well, I have a favorite in Doha, which is called Banana Island.
Donc, je recommande fortement à nos supporters de visiter cette belle île.
Well, I recommend it to our fans to go and have an experience at that beautiful island.
Et après, la vie est très agréable à Doha, vous verrez. C'est une belle ville, facile.
And once again, life is easy at Doha. It's a beautiful city, and you see it yourself.
Et les gens ne pourront pas s'ennuyer après les matchs.
And there's no way you get bored after the matches.
What are your experiences, the stadiums? What should fans also expect entering the stadium? What kind of atmosphere are we to expect? And how are the Qatar's local organizing committee ensuring that fans have a safe stay in the stadiums?
Pour la sécurité au stade, je vous dirais elle est à 2000%.
Well, when it comes to security in the stadiums, I'll tell you, is all the way up to 200%.
Et pour l'ambiance dans les stades, les stades sont adaptés pour que les gens s'amusent, pour que les fans s'amusent.
And for the atmosphere, it's the stadiums are built such that the fans could really have fun, as they say.
Et j'espère vraiment que les fans du monde vont profiter de ces magnifiques installations comme les joueurs.
And I really hope that fans all over the world will make will have a good experience and of these stadiums, just like the players.
Most definitely. Now, Samuel, let's head to Facebook now. Your messages are pouring in. Now, this is from Ibn Ibrahim. He says, Samuel, I really like the answer you gave about the African players and how they have to come back to play at the AFCON. Now, also, Abdul Ganiyu says he's talking about your experience about winning, the World Player of the Year, at your time in Barcelona. And there's another one here that says that from Akilu Anan, he says, what do you make of the performances of the Cameroonian players in the Ghana League? One of them, Etuga Mbela, at Kumasi Asante Kotoko.
Mbela, il a fait une très très belle saison.
Mbela had a beautiful season.
Et je sais qu'il y a quelques mois, mon sélectionneur m'avait parlé de lui.
And I remember some months ago, my manager told me about him.
Et même mon directeur technique national m'a parlé de lui.
And even the national technical director also spoke to him, spoke to me about him.
Nous sommes heureux de ce qu'il est en train de faire dans notre championnat ghanéen.
Well, we are very proud of what he's doing in our championship in Ghana.
Mais c'est quelqu'un que nous suivons.
And this is somebody we have our radars on.
Right. Now, Samuel, we have a call online for you. So,
Okay.
Yao, you're welcome to Warm Up Plus on TV3. Hello, Yao. Hello? Well, I think that we might have lost Yao there. But, Samuel, what's the best goal you've scored?
My best goal, I think, was Brazil-Cameroon in Paris.
Who's the best defender you faced?
Rigobert.
Rigobert Song?
Yeah, it was.
All right. Also, who's your best manager?
My best manager, Mourinho.
Mourinho. What about Mourinho?
Oh, c'est quelqu'un de bien.
Oh, this is a great person.
C'est un grand manager.
He's a great manager.
C'est quelqu'un qui sait motiver ses troupes.
And he's somebody who knows how to motivate the team.
Et surtout, c'est quelqu'un de correct.
And he's upright.
Now, who's your favorite African player of all time?
I have a lot.
Give me 3.
Oof, it's impossible. Give you 3, but I try to give you 10.
10. Okay, so give me.
Roger Mila, Mr. President, George Weah,
George Weah.
Abedji Pelé,
Pelé.
Michael Essien,
Okay.
Yaya Touré, Didier Drogba, Adebayor, Rigobert Song, Patrick Mboma, Jérémy Ndita.
Yeah. Last one.
Oof.
Last one.
I have a lot. I have a lot.
Okay.
James Deba, Mwanko Kanu,
Okay.
JJ Okocha.
Okocha, of course. Yeah. Now, so let's just...
JJ, big JJ Okocha.
Now,
Mokashi.
Daniel Mokachi. Yes. I mean...
Africa was...
Now, let's narrow it down to Ghana. Favorite Ghanaian player of all time?
Oh, the one and only, Abedji Pelé.
Abedji Pelé.
He is for all Africa one of the best player ever in the world. Ever.
One of the best players ever in the world.
Ever.
Now, Mane or Salah?
Oh, for me, c'est deux bons joueurs d'Afrique.
These are
Deux bons joueurs qui représentent le continent plutôt.
These are two great African players that represent the African continent.
Et j'aime pas souvent comparer les Africains.
And I often don't like to do that comparison between African players.
Parce que nous devons nous mettre ensemble et être plus forts pour nous comparer aux autres.
Because we need to unite so that we can compare ourselves with the other nations.
Right, most definitely. Now, Samuel, just before you go, though, my producers are asking me to ask you, Messi or Ronaldo?
Messi.
Messi. Okay. Just before we go though,
It's problem for you?
no, it's no problem for me. I love Messi.
You're a Manchester fan?
No, I think Messi is great.
Okay, thank you.
Now, just before we go though, Aniela, you can please join us now. We have a small gift for you.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, and
oh, madam.
On behalf of the entire 3 Sports team, would like to give you
no,
this.
take it out.
Thank you, madam.
It's a smock. It's from Charlie
Take it out.
Wood.
Yeah.
And I just want to show you exactly what it looks like. It
Ah,
originates from the northern part of Ghana.
okay.
You know.
I can wear it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, you can.
Let me try.
Let me. Okay.
I think.
No,
Is this size?
Yeah. this way,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah, that's it.
I think my bodyguard is wear this yesterday. Oh. Hey guys, I look good, huh? Yeah. Wow. Thank you. Thank you, mom. Thank you.
It's a pleasure to meet you, but I do have a problem with the Messi and Ronaldo about you behind the scenes.
Ronaldo, I'm so sorry, but Messi,
Thank you so much for
You're
gracing
welcome.
the show.
Right, so this is Warm Up Plus right here on TV3. Samuel, it's an honor to have you. I mean, I started watching you as a boy, and it's an honor for me as well, you know, to have you on the show. So on behalf of the sports team here, thank you so much for
You're
coming.
welcome.
Felix, thank you so much, you know, for
pleasure.
doing a great job
Thank you.
interpreting what Samuel was saying to most of us. But Samuel, I'll get some French classes at the Alliance Française.
Okay.
Yeah, so that the
I
next
will
time
do
we
the
meet,
same time with my English.
yeah, so the next time we meet, we'll have a conversation.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Samuel. And we would talk later sometime. But this is Warm Up Plus right here on TV3.